guess all three of you, if you want to, just start off just the general emotions after a game like this, where you fight so hard, but to come out on the losing end.
I think it's just a humbling experience. You know, we thought, we had the game in our hands, down the stretch, and they made, one more play at the end on us to get the win. So we just feel like there's no more victories, but we feel like we came out and played hard, and it's the best of our ability.
Just kind of for everybody, really, if a couple of you could answer this. Just obviously, a lot of games this season kind of haven't gone the way you wanted them to. Is this one different? I mean, is this one going to be a little harder to get over because you're so close?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was just heartbreaking. Everyone just came out and fought. We did our job most of the time. We held Stauskas and Levert down to a minimum. Just Glenn Roberts, he made some plays at the end. I mean, it's just heartbreaking.
Terone used 22 points, tough defense on Stauskas, 4 first-half threes. Coming off, not starting against Nebraska. Just talk about your performance tonight.
I think Coach kind of said it to me earlier before the Nebraska game. That he kind of said his seniors before, like Lewis and Ryan, and he was just telling me, that they stepped up, when he did that, and showed them, that we really want to be out here. And I think I felt like going into this game, that was something that I had to show. I played pretty hard in the Nebraska game, just wasn't making a lot of shots. But this game, I wanted to go out and make a statement. So I feel like we should have got the win, but at the end of the day, we didn't.
Ray, when you're watching that ball graze off the rim there, were you thinking it was going to fall out, or what's your thought as it's hanging there? What's your thought when you see the ball kind of on the rim there and that final shot from Robinson? Were you thinking it was going to fall off?
I wasn't really thinking anything.
All right, Ronnie, you've already shown an improved jump shot this year, but just decision-making, assist to turnover, everything's been better this year. Can you just talk about where you feel your game has progressed to this point and just what the future might hold for you?
I just say just experience. I just learned a lot from last year, and I just wanted to bring that into this year and show people I'm mature and been working on my game just getting better all around. Just helping my teammates, try to win finally.
Terone, specifically, what did you do to slow down Stauskas, because you were on him most of the game, and then if Ray, you could talk about what he did on Stauskas as well.
I think just not letting him get comfortable with the ball. When he had the ball in his hand, I was into him, pressuring him for most of the time. But also, it wasn't just me. This time, which was different from last game, sorry, that we played him. AJ was up on his line when the guy set that screen. Those down screens. Sometimes when I got hit and he was there, it wasn't him shooting an open shot. It was him, having to go up and shoot over two people. So I think that was something that really helped me out.
Matt, AJ affects, you said Austin has such an effect on the game, and fouls are part of the game. It happens, but in overtime, Morgan really hurt you, and just not having him in there. I mean, it came down to one play, but in the big picture, not having AJ in there, was that maybe somewhat of the fatal part of the game?
Yeah, there's no doubt that he would help you at the rim defending. A couple of those layups that Jordan Morgan had nothing to do with the guy guarding Jordan Morgan. It was our weak side defense. Didn't come over. Guys playing the whole game, so you can't put that on those guys. We just did a poor job down the stretch with our weak side defense and our ball screen defensive package. And it's something that throughout the course of the game I thought we did a pretty good job with. And we just kind of lost our focus, so that had really nothing to do with AJ. The thing that you like to have him, especially at the end of the game, you like to have him there at the rim. Some people put their size on the basketball. I always try to keep our size at the rim. And without AJ and without Jay, obviously we didn't have anybody to be there.
Coach, despite the loss, Ronnie was pretty great tonight in terms of taking good shots, making good decisions. I mean, where do you think his future is, and could you, assess where he is in his career at this point?
Well, I thought he had a really good game. I thought he did some good things for us, broke down the defense, really was able to penetrate and get into the paint and create for himself and create for others. He knocked down that three early. He knocked down that pull up at the end of the first half. That was a big shot. But no, he's made some strides and he's done some really good things for us. I thought he had a really good game today.
Matt, there was a stretch in the second half. You had a bunch of young guys on the floor. Obviously, at some point, you had to have lineups out there. I'm sure, just from a sheer number standpoint, it might not have been ideal, but it seemed like they got a little jumpy at times. Maybe a couple bad shots.
Yeah.
They kind of cut your halftime lead in half pretty quick.
Yes.
Was that sort of the stretch that got this game to where it ended up?
Well, I thought they were able to. We got up I think 19 in the first half. I think in that second half, where we started, we're up 13, and they were able to make a run and score some baskets in that stretch. We had a turnover that was with a couple bad shots at that time, and then they were able to convert at the other ends. And so we just got to continue to work and get better. And sometimes it's it's time and score. Sometimes it's just understanding if it's there to attack and not to attack. And we just got to make better decisions.
Terone said you would talk to him about the way other seniors in previous years had responded to a situation like his, where
Right.
you get sit on the bench or you have to come off the bench for a game or whatever. Did he respond the way that you had hoped tonight?
Well, you try to do different things to help your team. You try to do different things to help individuals. And anytime you're a senior, you work to have a great year. And he hasn't had the year I think that he expected to have, and but he's stayed with it. He's fought, and I thought he had a great game today. He had a great game against Michigan last year. Here also. But I thought he had a great game today and did a good job for us. And it's too bad we couldn't get a victory for our older guys and for Sterling.
Coach, you hit your first 17 free throws, and obviously Stevens in 18th, real short. And is there something you can say to him after the game in the locker room? Is something you just don't bring up? Just talk about the free throws.
You talk to him. You don't talk to him right then and there. He'll make the next one. When he gets back in that situation, he'll make the next one. It's part of the game. There's a lot of really good players that have been in that situation and missed them. And those are the ones that make you a better player. They sit with you for a long time. You'll always remember that. And it's just like a coach. You always remember your losses. But that's how you learn.
Yeah, Terone seemed pretty engaged on Stauskas. Obviously, you guys got him some help too, but were you happy with the way that he was able to defend for the most part?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. Anytime someone like that, shoots more shots than they get points. But they do a lot of different things with their ball screen stuff, so you switch a lot. So you end up being on a lot of different people. But no, I thought he did a good job.
Matt, how would you ideally defend the play that got Robinson the shot? Yeah.
Just like we did, except don't go for the steal. We run something very similar in last second situations, so our guys have defended that play. And when it went, he did a good job of recognizing he was there enough to where he thought he could get it. And then he went and tried to get it and we overran the play. And so, you got to get the basketball, or you got to be there on the catch and then make him score over you. And then once he got past him, we didn't have any size there. He wasn't going against a shot blocker at all. And then he made a good play.
Is there still no diagnosis on Jay, and could that have made a difference, his presence?
Well, we're still waiting. Same with Ford. We'll let you guys know once we kind of find out anything.